D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I just got done watching the Book of Boba Fett episode 2. I don't know if we're gonna get a season 2 of this. I hope we do because I really enjoy this show. I like seeing I love being in this world. I love Star Wars. I always have. Boba Fett is my favorite character, always has been since I was a little kid. I think he's fantastic. You know, if you knew me in real life, you would know this. I have my Boba Fett shirt on today because I'm gonna wear it every Wednesday because it's Boba Fett day for me. And I really do like this show. Tamara Morrison's doing a good job. When they first cast him, I didn't know if I'd like him as Boba Fett, as Boba Fett. Well, he was Jango Fett, but you know what I mean. Because I was like, I don't know, but he does a really good job, and I do enjoy him very much. So I'm glad that they chose him because he's doing a good job. His skin is not doing a good job. He needs some moisturizer on this show because I'm all like, the sand is not doing you any favors, my dude. But he needs some milk. But I do enjoy his performance. He's really, really good, and I do enjoy this. So this episode was very it said it was in the past, mostly in his little flashbacks, which is fine, but I'm like, I have to be honest with you, I'm more interested in what's going on like circa now, like what happens after Mandalorian season 2. So I don't mind the past stuff because this stuff is very good, and we'll talk about that in just a second, and we'll talk about it in the breakdown, but I just would prefer them talk about him being the Domo, the Dama, I don't remember what it's called. Anyways, but in this episode, we got to see a train. And it wasn't really a train heist, but it was like a train heist and everything. And we got to see, we've seen those before in the Star Wars universe with Solo. If you remember in that movie, him and Chewbacca up on top of, speaking of Chewbacca, we're going to talk about a Wookiee. But they got into the train heist on there, and that was kind of fun, even though that movie wasn't really like the best, but that was a fun thing. And then we also got to see some Hutts with the twins, which are Jabba's cousins. And I have to say right now, I'm not sure how it works now in the Star Wars universe with, like the Hutts and their whole thing. It used to be you had, the Hutts would have one like child. So I'm curious as to how like it would work. Plus, the twins are his cousins, and they want his territory in this one. And we kind of got to see a little bit of the whole. We've seen it in Clone Wars with the Hutts and their how their government kind of works. But in this one, I'm curious as to what happened to Jabba's son, because that movie, the Clone Wars movie, Rhoda the Huttlet, he was Jabba's son. If you remember that movie, I saw that movie in theaters. It's not the best, but when you connect it with the Clone Wars TV show, it's much better. But wouldn't he have, where is this kid at? And that's still canon because it's part of Clone Wars. So I'm just wondering, like, where's that kid at, and why doesn't he have say and get the title of Jabba's territory? Why doesn't he get Jabba's territory? I mean, that's his dad. So yeah, and as I was saying before, each Hutt only has one kid. So I'm curious as to the twins. Is that an exception, or did they change it? I'm not sure how it goes down. And the last thing before I get into the breakdown is I want to talk about is they introduced into the show Black Krrsantan. I'm not sure how you say his name, but in the comic books he was Santy. Now I have to be honest with you, I forgot about this character. Now, when it comes to Star Wars comic books, I read a ton of books, like the novels that are no longer canon. They're now legend or legacy. I don't remember. And I did read the Darth Vader comic books. I've read some other stuff too. I have like a handful, not very many. I think like 25 comic books, because the comic books were good, especially the Darth Vader comic books. I did enjoy those very much. I would suggest going and picking those up. They are very good, very well written. He's got like a robot in and everything, kind of like a dark C-3PO and everything. But this character of Krrsantan, Santy. We'll call him Santy because that's easy. I had seen him before in the comic books. I completely forgot about him. As soon as he showed up, I was like, oh, this guy's cool. And then I looked him up. I was like, oh, shut up. No, I have seen him before. So, but he was introduced in those Darth Vader comic books, and I just don't remember him very much because I haven't read those in years. It's been a while, quite a while. So I'm gonna have to bust those suckers out and read them again, maybe. But so this guy shows up, and I'm glad that he transferred from page to screen very well. I enjoyed this guy showing up, and I was like, oh, it's about to go down. You better learn today. You're gonna learn today. All right, all right, all right, all right. And then he did nothing. He just showed up and was like very intimidating. And I was like, all right, you walking carpet. Just calm it down, sister, because yeah. But he showed up and he was very cool. I cannot wait to see him and Boba go at it. Or maybe they won't go at it and he'll kill the Hutts and everything. So that's all I have to say about that. But before I get started on this breakdown, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that I've been jabbering about some stuff, let's get into this breakdown. And like I said, I enjoyed this episode. I know it's kind of a slow burn, and we only have, I think, 7 episodes, but I still like this episode. It was very good. It was very good. So they start off at Jabba's palace, and again, I love Jabba's palace. I love the architecture of it. I love everything. I was obsessed with it when I was a kid. It's great. And Fennec Shand is bringing this guy, and he is an assassin of the Order of the Night Wind. Now, I don't know who these guys are. If they've shown up in other stuff, I don't remember them. Yeah, I just don't remember them. So it'll be curious to see if they show up again anywhere else or whatnot. But yeah. So, and then Fennec Shand was all like, oh, you're just paying for the name. They're not that great. You know, oh, you're overpaying and everything. And the guy, he's like, who hired you? And the guy doesn't say anything. He's like, well, if you don't want to use your mouth, then you have no need for your head. So he goes to cut it off, and then Fennec is all like, this guy tells me, he's like, well, if you don't fear us, maybe you'll fear the Rancor. And he's all like, what? And everything, and they drop him in the little hole. And he's in the Rancor pit. And now if you are a Star Wars fan like I am, even if you're like a normie, I think you would know that the Rancor is kaput, you know? Luke killed it. So the thing opens up, and this guy, he turned into a little bitch real quick. He's all like, the mayor hired me, please don't kill me. And she's like, and then Fennec Shand's all like, it's empty and everything. And I'm all like, what a little bitch and everything. I'm all like, you loose lips sink ships. So then, sorry, I need a little lubrication. So then they go back to Mos Espa, which is a lot bigger than they put in episode 1. And he's going through this, and we got these little lizards, guys. I can't remember that. Bosk is one of them. I can't remember the name of their species. I think it starts with a T. And he's walking through, and they're tagging along this little assassin. They go to the mayor's mansion, or house, or whatever the title is. The mayor's mansion. They come in, they're like, I want to see the mayor. And he's like, do you have an appointment, this little clerk guy? I don't know if this is a mullet or whatnot. I don't like the mullet, so if this is, it's not. It just comes in the back like it's very mullety, and I'm like, not digging it, but to each their own. So then this Major Domo comes out, and he's all like, the mayor can't see you now, sorry. And Boba Fett's like, not having any of it. He's like, get out of my way. And so he goes in, he's like, sorry that I let them in, kind of thing. And we see this guy in the trailer. And he's a hammerhead. I can't remember their species names. They've got the little things on the side. One of them was a Jedi. Like they couldn't be. Anyway, so he's like, so basically he's like, this guy was hired to kill me. And he says, you did it. And they kill him. They kill this assassin guy. Sorry, I thought I grabbed a screenshot of it. But they kill him, shoot him right in the head. And, everybody's got their guns pointed at everything. And he's all like, I didn't hire this guy. Why would I? I serve you, but I'm going to give you the bounty. And he's like, this is the money you should. I'm going to take this money because this is what you should have brought me as tribute, punk. So he's all like, I didn't hire him, but it takes a lot. I serve you kind of thing, but I don't know. But you should go check out the sanctuary because that's my advice for you. That's my little tribute and everything. I'm like, oh gosh, everybody's like speaking in tongues here. Just say what you got to say. Like that's the thing. Like if I was Boba Fett, I'd just be like, listen, if you don't tell me what you're trying to say here and stop sending mixed messages or whatever the hell you're doing, these little riddles, I'm just gonna shoot you. 'Cause I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood, okay, Mayor? So they go over to Sanctuary, and the Twi'leks are my favorite. I love them so much. They're so, like, they're hot, and I love their Liku, everything. And then we get this Flashdance actress. I can't remember her name, but I like her. And he's all like, she's like, would you like to sit at the bar and I'll get a table for you? So what is this, freaking Applebee's, honey? No, this isn't Applebee's. This is your, what is his title? I didn't write it down. But I'm your leader. I'm your crime lord. You better have a table open for me at all times. There's no waiting at the bar. What am I gonna have some Western tacos with that and some Tex-Mex? No, give me a freaking table. Anyway, so he's all like, "What's going on here?" kind of thing, and she basically just tells him like, "There's workings going on. The Hutts." The twins want Jabba's territory, and he's all like, they should be sticking around on Nal Hutta. But then they get this procession through the streets, and you get the twins, and they've got these dudes. I don't know how they're carrying these two. It's crazy, but I do like how they're wrapped around each other because they're twins and everything. But I get that and everything. But I do like it. And then we get some tattoos. We get these chin tattoos right here on them, and that's not. We saw that with Jabba's uncle, I believe. He was purple and he had those yellow tattoos and everything. And they're like, Boba Fett, there's business we need to discuss, and they're all like, we want his territory. And he's all like, you killed your former master, and he's like, Bib Fortuna was not my master. He was like, Jabba died, and he took over his territory, and I killed Bib Fortuna, and I took over the territory. Now you're going to need to kill me to take it over. And when they bust out Santy here, he comes out and everything, and they're all like, oh, you want some of this? So they basically are like, we don't want, he's like, you need to go back to Nal Hutta. And the female is all like, we should just kill him. He's like, my sister wants to kill you, but it's a good macho good baka. He's all like, you should be happy that I'm more patient or whatever he says. So then it gets ready for a fight and everything. And they're basically like, we're in the streets. We can't be, but this can be dealt with later because they leave. But they're basically like, they basically don't want to fight in the streets because they're just going to get killed. All you got to do, hold on, let me go back to the wide shot. All you got to do is kill like one of these little dudes holding this thing up, and they'll probably falter and go hide. But all you got to do is kill one of those, and they're tumbling like a stack of bricks. And plus, they're huge. You could shoot them like bang bang, and then the guy paying you, Sandy, is all dead. So why would you want to fight? I just be like, listen, your boss is dead, so I'll pay you to go away. So they go away, and sorry, it's early for me. So then Finnick is all like, if you want to kill them, you need to get permission. And so he's all like, basically like, oh, because they're like, sleep well, Boba Fett. And I'm all like, I wonder what that means and everything. So, and I think it was just a thing to just be a segue and everything. But, so I liked that Finnick brought up that they need to get permission from the Hutts to kill other Hutts. So, like I said before, we kind of got into a little bit of the government, kind of the dealings going on with the Hutt hierarchy and the social aspect of the Hutts. You can't just kill a Hutt because you want to. You got to get permission. So then he sleep well and everything. So he's sleeping, and we go back into the past where he's training with this sand woman. Because he's the Sand People or the Tusken Raiders, and he's training with this woman. Now, this is a woman. I believe that this is a stunt woman that is doing this stuff on this. I'm curious to see if they'll show us what the Sand People look like. If they've ever shown us, I've never seen them. But and a small piece of me wonders, like, are all of these Sand People? Because people have in the comic books pretended to be Sand People. Because you just got to put on this little mask right here. And you could just be like, and talking like a seal, and you're a sand person. But he's training with her, and she's doing a very good job. My favorite thing is when he, like, knocks the stick out of her hand, and it flies up in the air, but she, like, does a little tuck and roll, and then grabs it, and then sweeps his feet, and then she's, like, pointing the pointy end at him. I was like, oh, you just got took, beta. And so, and this, like, little rat thing pops out, and they shoot it, and then these guys go to get it, but then they hear this train horn kind of thing. And so, this train is coming through. The train is coming through town. Anyways, so, they just start blasting at him, and I'm all like, and kills a bunch of them. I mean, I don't know. I only saw, like, 4 hits in that bantha, and then, like, there's a big pile of bodies, like, right here, like, that's, like, what is that, like, 20 people? I'm like, I didn't see 20 people get shot, but whatever. It's fine. So then he sees these guys, this biker gang going through the sands and everything, and he's all like, "Hey, I'm gonna stop the train. I'll be back," kind of thing. Hold my beverage. So he goes into this bar where these dudes are being total douches, and this couple's sitting here, and they take their chips and guac, and he's all like, "That's not right." And the guy's like, "What did you say?" And he's like, "That's not right." And of course they start, like, shocking him with this little pole right here, giving him the shocker, you know what I'm saying? And me, I just go, "Listen, dude, I get it that you wanted to stand up and everything and be like a man in front of your woman, but, like, what was gonna happen here? Like, let's be honest. He took your chips and guac. I get it. That's a douche move, but, like, and your drink, your beverage. But what were you gonna do? Like." Let's just pretend you beat this guy up, this one guy. There's like 5 of them. I'm like, you were going to get you murdered, okay? So then Boba comes in, and he's all like, again, hold my beverage. And he's all like, he just kicks these dudes' butts. He's like fighting them. It was very cool, very fun. I liked it. And then he goes outside, and he's all like trying to pick which speeder bike he wants. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to take all of them. So he takes all of them, and I like that too. He gets back and everything, and he's all like, they try to take him apart and everything. Like, they're going to take him apart. He's like, no, I'm going to show you how to ride him. And he's like, we're going to stop the train and everything. And I'm like, oh, great. And then we get this, like, montage of him, like, go, stop kind of thing. We get this montage of them riding the speeder bikes, which wasn't, like, I mean, like, I didn't think it was that, it was, like, I kind of thought it was a waste of time, but whatever, it's fine. Here's one part where he, like, the guy jumps on the thing, and, like, you're like, oh, he made it, and then it looked like he threw himself off, and I'm all like, this doesn't, I don't know, whatever. It's fine in the sense that, like, I still, like, enjoyed this episode, but I was just like, kind of wasting time here, but whatever, it's fine. So then, he's still getting trained. Oh, this is when she does the thing where she sweeps his feet and everything. It still doesn't matter. It's very cool. So then, the trains are coming. And, they set up with all these guys, and they're shooting and everything, shoot some people and everything, and, this little sand boy, he does a little mirror to indicate to some snipers that the train is coming and that they need to be ready. So then, basically the train thing is going down. They shoot a couple of them. They blow up some of the speeders or whatnot. They're on top here. They're shooting and everything, and it's very cool. It's very fun. It was very fun and cool and everything. Oh, the Super Saiyan person, this robot conductor. He's all trying to make it go forward, giving it that nos and everything every now and then to try to get them off and everything, because if you go faster, they might fly off, or it gives these dudes a chance to. And then the Super Saiyan person, she comes in, this ninja warrior. She comes in, she takes everybody down. And then the conductor, he bails because Boba Fett's like, stop the train, and he bails. And then Boba Fett's all like, crap, I don't know what to do. So he stops the train, and it's a big mess. And then they got all these pikes. These are the pikes, and these are originally from the Clone Wars, and then they also were in Solo. And they make spice, and spice is from Kessel. It's from the mines of Kessel. And I don't remember ever seeing them without their masks, so this is very interesting. They look like kind of like fish people. Maybe that's why they wear a mask. And I had never seen. I always wonder what they look like underneath their mask. And if they have shown them without their masks, I just don't remember. So I'm glad they kind of showed that. And he gets the leader, and he's all like, "Are you guys shipping spice?" And he's like, "What's spice?" And and then they drop a case, and Spice pulls out, and he's like, "Kind of looks like that." And he's like, "This isn't looking too good for you, my friend." He's like, "So this is what's gonna happen. You guys are going to," he's all like, "We needed to protect our shipping route." And he's all like, "This is what's gonna happen. You're now gonna pay the Sand People, so you can go through their area without any problems, okay?" And that's just the end of that. And he's like, "Now you're gonna walk back to your base or whatnot." And he's all like, "Without a water container, we will not survive the walk." And he's like, "We'll give each one of you one of these little hold on, I think I didn't grab it. One of these little pods, these little black bean pods. I can't remember what they're called. And it's got water in it. And you can do like the Sand People do and have these little black pods and drink that on your way there." So they start walking, and then they bust open this water tank, and they waste so much water. I'm like, if water's so important to you, and it's such a hot commodity, why are you wasting it? You're wasting so much water. Like, one person I think had just a cup and was all like with the water, and I'm all like, that's gonna last you like what, like a hot minute? I'm all like, this is ridiculous, this whole thing. But I'm like, whatever, it's fine. I got it. So then they're back at the thing, and he's all like, "You helped us out and everything." And he talks about the tribes of the Sand People and how they're scattered and everything, because this used to be a water planet and it dried up and everything, which was very interesting. I was all like, I wonder what it was like before it became a sand. He's like, "I have a gift for you." And he pops open this little lizard, and I was like, oh man. And then I love his face because he's all like, "Oh, thanks." It's like, you know, at Christmas when you get like a gift that you're just like, "Oh, thank you so much. This is great. I'm going to cherish this." And then you're like, eBay. So then he blasts him with some, I think it's spice, but I was like, I don't know what that is. It's peyote or something like that. It's definitely peyote, the Star Wars version of peyote. So we'll say spice because I think that's what it is. And that lizard crawls up in his nose, which I did not like. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I don't like it when stuff gets inside you and everything. It freaks me out and everything. So then he starts hallucinating. I love how he was like, "I think I swallowed it." And I was like, it went in your nose. I understand that the nose and the throat are connected, but if something went in my nose, I wouldn't be like, "I swallowed it." I'd be like, that thing just crawled into my brain. So he starts hallucinating. He's seeing, he's in the Sarlacc pit. He sees Camino. He sees himself breaking out of the Sarlacc pit. He's out by this tree. He sees this water crashing. And I was like, and like the sands of time or water, whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. And then he comes back and he's got a stick. I knew this was what's going to happen when he started breaking the stick and everything in the tree, and he found the tree and everything. I knew he was going to bring back a stick to make a bantha stick. They have a name. I just don't know what it is. I don't care. The Sand People are like so uninteresting to me. Like, I've never been interested in the Sand People, like, ever. And so I just don't care. But he gets the lizard back, and then he's like, "Show me the branch," and everything. Shows him the branch, and then this sand woman, this ninja warrior, they take him into this little tent, and they start putting on all of this new clothing because he's now an honorary member of the Sand People. And this is what he looked like when we saw him in Mandalorian Season 2. He had this look on. And of course he would, because this is like a prequel to that. So then they take him to this into the desert to this workshop, which I'm all like, why didn't you have this in your little camp? Like, what's going on here? The Sand People are weird. I don't care for them, but whatever, it's fine. And so they take the stick and he's got to work it into a bantha stick, and they add some metal to it at a pointy part, and it's all done. And so he takes it back and they start dancing. And it was very cool. This dance was very cool. It was very the Sand people are obviously like an allegory for Native Americans, which is cool and everything. But like I said, they're so uninteresting. And then that's where it ends, on this little dance and everything. The dance was very cool. The music was very cool. It was all cool, but it was just, at the end of the day, I was all like, this is fine. I'm cool with all of these flashbacks. But in the next episode, please, let's focus on now time, because I just would prefer to see that. And for me, like most of the episode, like I think we saw the first, the first 10 minutes, maybe. I would like to see it now in maybe the first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes is the flashback for the next episode, instead of this being the flashback. So you guys, that is my breakdown of this episode. Like I said, I really did like it. I think this show is good. I like it very much. I think that I think they're doing a good job when it comes to this show. I think that Jon Favreau wrote this episode. Directing wise, this episode was okay. I mean, but whatever, it's fine. It was good. I just like I said, I really liked it. And I can't wait for next week's episode. I mean, if there's a promo out there for it, I didn't see it, but I cannot wait. Like I said, I love Boba Fett. I love Star Wars. I love this universe. I love this whole world. I can't get enough of it. And so tell me, what did you guys think about this episode? How did you feel about seeing Santy in there, or BK? How did you feel about, the backstory? Do you like the Sand people, or are they just not that as interesting like I feel about them? Or, all that good stuff? You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my breakdown and review of the Book of Boba Fett. You guys have a good week. May the Force be with you. Bye.